Yo. Let's blow stuff up.
Folks,
What's up, crew?
welcome back to your favorite weekly rom-com show. Rom-com show. We're going to talk about rom-coms. That's incorrect, folks. The Producer Lounge. This is our broadcast. We're going to talk about music production. Dave is going to fix the audio on one of the computers. And here we are, folks. 151 is the episode.
My favorite tempo.
Dude, it's a good tempo.
151.
My template's like 153.7, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like 3.75 or something.
They used to do that back in the day, right? Do like 0.6 or 0.3 or something.
Yeah, it's not on purpose. I don't remember why it's that. I think it just happened there or something. I was scrolling or something. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really pay attention to that a lot of times. I'm not like 143.
Yeah.
Like I usually like to stick around 150s or something, or 70s, or 170s. Like those three. I'm either making
good tempos.
Yeah, like dubs and shit at 150, or like techno shit at 150, or I'm making halftime. It's in like the 70s and 80s, or I'm making drum and bass.
When you make your halftime, do you actually set it to like 70? Or do you go 140?
A lot of time. Well, no.
70, 80, a massive jump, by the way.
Yeah. Well, sure. 70, 80, I usually will, it depends. Sometimes I'm set to like 75, or sometimes I'm set to 168.
Interesting.
You know, when I halftime that.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of up in the air. But when I'm working drum and bass, I'm always full time. But that's kind of obvious. That was a stupid joke. Yeah, I don't think that hard about it. I just kind of whatever I'm closest to. Like if the template is at like 153 and I want to make 140 halftime, I'm just gonna go to 140. I'm not gonna be like 70. Like I'm gonna just go to 140 because it's right there.
Right.
And
same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, like I guess I could see why people set it to a certain one because they know their the LFOs and the timing of things are going to operate in a certain way in terms of how they're looking at them and perceiving them. But I don't. I honestly don't think about it that much because I'm purely going off like a lot of gut while I'm in there. Like when I'm in the mix of just creativity, trying to like write a new 8-bar loop or whatever, like I am not paying attention to 16th, 8ths.
Just hucking shit at the wall.
Yeah, I'm just like,
yeah.
And it's just like I know when I want a dun 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 over a dun dun dun, you know, like I know what I want, but I'm not like thinking about it in terms of like notes or anything.
Right. I
don't know.
I've been pumped on 30-second notes lately. Just so fucking fast.
Wait, what?
Like 30-second notes.
Oh,
like rhythms.
Okay. Yeah. At what tempo though?
Typically 90. So I don't know what that would equate to.
That's 16ths at 180.
Yeah.
You know. Yep. So
right. Yeah. So it gives it that speed boy feel.
Right. It depends on what tempo you're at, how like fast I release. But 16ths at 180 is pretty fast.
That's
so
absurd,
30-second
right?
notes at 90 is pretty fast.
Even at like dance tempo, like 130, a 30-second note is up there.
Oh, it's so fast. That's so
crazy.
Fast.
Yeah.
Kills
that's like,
all the groove of your track.
Yeah, that's like where you
that can be fun though. Do a little bit of that and then throw a shaper box after it, and then do some like bigger, wide kind of carving.
Oh,
It'd
sure.
be fun.
Yeah. Meat Bag Collector says 92 to 98, 4 on the floor.
All
right, Rez.
Slow. I know, really slow.
How about 8 on the floor?
8 on the floor.
You know what I'm saying?
How about 7
double
2?
it.
7-2 time. 72 on the floor. It's your one loop.
72 over 72 on the floor.
So dumb.
We like to have fun here, guys.
Oh, we have fun.
Let me get our
Obtuse
visuals
rubber goose
here
creams.
better. Folks in chat, how are we this week? Have we recovered from our war with the Wawa boys?
Still getting there.
It was a good time. I had great fun with all those homies and chaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. I'm stoked for how we formulate the next things and like keep the UBL alive.
Right.
Because that's what's most important to me. Like I'm not really competitive when it comes to my like artsy things. Like if we're playing a video game, sure, like it's fun to win. But like when it comes to my art, like I'm not really like I don't know. I'm not like competitive.
Speed running has never really been a thing for me.
Well, sure, that
You know?
too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Even was there that game called Speed or
Speed Quest.
for sure like spoons would be this way where you're playing cards with your friends and there's spoons and then like you got to grab once the one card goes down.
Yeah.
Like not for me.
yeah,
I'm not a reaction guy. I like to fucking strategically play.
right.
You know?
Right.
I don't
Right.
I don't need like fast twitch to be involved.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. But I want to see. I like watching people who are good at that.
Sure.
And so, like, seeing the UBL succeed is really all I care about.
Right.
Because I think it's a cool idea of, like, juicing some esports
Yeah.
style sportsmanship into the production community.
Yeah.
Because, like,
100%.
it is just a bunch of feedback streams all the time. Mm-hmm. What's up, Crazy?
Yeah, so they're pumped because they get to mix up their content.
Right,
They're like,
right.
oh, we're doing
Like,
a new thing.
yeah,
And
like-
get the community involved even more.
Right. And
There
show.
was like over 100 people live
Pretty
watching
good.
Right.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
and show
absurd.
the production community that like you can do some other fun things together.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've just made friends with all these people, which is lovely.
Right.
We're always looking for new friends here.
Bunch of friends across the pond.
Yeah, that's why part of the reason why we started the thing in the first place is to make is all the friends, you know, and get to know people that like the same shit that we like.
Right.
I will say that I think Finster slightly called us out for our podcast being like critical or whatever, and I feel like that's mostly me being
Hilarious.
fucking critical.
I don't think he called us out, but he's
No,
definitely like,
it was
"You guys have
it was
some
under the
things to
table.
say?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
He was
like
a little,
that.
yeah, like, why did you talk so much shit about it
He
on
was
your
like,
pod?
"You're just talking shit." We're like, "Well, it is a podcast." But
Well, that's true too.
Nah,
no,
that's fine,
I-
though. He was
no,
more like
we-
curious than anything.
it's fun to experience like a new thing and try and analyze how it's being done and whatever. There was no fucking like issue
No.
happening
No,
there.
no.
We were just discussing the thing and you know,
Right.
reacting like pretty quick in the moment, which in retrospect I feel less like intense about any of it.
Right.
I know,
Well, yeah, we were.
right?
That
You
was
know?
literally like
In the middle of it.
6.5 hours into
We
the
did it in the middle of the
competition.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Um,
amazing.
We burned some quality man hours, actually.
Not only that,
on
but
the
the
podcast.
ramping down and then ramping back into trying to make beats after just talking
Right.
shit for 45 minutes.
Oh, really? It was easy for me because we were just talking about it, so I was all pumped up.
Yeah.
And it got to take
Oh,
a little
nice.
ear
Well, 'cause
break.
you-
So the
'cause you
second
guys were
like,
already-
we were done, I was like, yes, let's fucking go.
You guys were already like deep with ideas. Like
that's true.
Me and
That's
Dave
true.
were kind of waiting for things to happen before we could really do anything.
Yeah.
Also, we're not very good at just like sitting on the couch and just being like, no, this, no, that. Like I
don't
wasn't-
like
I
that
wasn't
shit.
going to do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways that I enjoy working that don't fit nicely into a 24-hour, 10-man song-making challenge.
But
I'm fucking old and shit. I don't work fast.
beyond that, I love the idea
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And if it takes
Same.
me sacrificing the fact that I don't really like to do that to just get it off the
The
ground.
ego of the loss.
Right. Well, not even the ego of the loss, the ego of just not wanting to do it at all. Like, I don't. Had they not challenged us to war, I would have been like, I mean, we get put together a team, but I don't really want to participate. Like, I don't really care that much. I don't have anything to like prove. I'm like, it's whatever. But he was like, you guys have to put together a team, and we're gonna go to war. And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna say no to Tom.
Of course.
Like, or Johannes. Like, I can't.
Right.
Like, I'm like, all right, let's go. All right, here we go. Let's see how it goes.
Would you guys have more fun judging the contest or throwing it the way they did? Commentating?
I want to commentate.
That makes perfect sense for you,
That's all I want to do. I want to sit there and be like, oh, man, you hear that? Yeah, well, that was an interesting bass there. I feel like they threw a little bit of FM, but I like the way it was mixed, a little bit in the background. How do you think it? You know, blah, blah, blah. Like, that kind of shit would be more fun for me.
And if we're going esports style with it, then that's perfect.
Right.
You need commentators.
Basically what they...
Which is, what they did. They got
what
their
they
suits.
did, yeah. And they will probably agree with me, like, that was the most fun.
Honestly,
like,
sound making challenge with video would be the real fucking juice. Like, fuck that challenge. To be fair,
that was so stressful.
Fuck that challenge.
That was so fucked up.
But if that's your thing, like if you're a fucking speed sound designer and that's your thing, then more power to you.
Right.
And I would like to watch.
Yes, I would
but
love
for
to
me,
watch that.
I can't.
No.
I like making a sound over the course of like a week straight.
Well, it's like, would you want to play in the MLB or do you like to play catch in your backyard? Like, I like to play catch. It's pretty fun, but I don't want to like go
I want to play the
fucking
stadium,
ball sport.
boy.
Yeah, like
Sounds sick.
Which if the boys do, those are the boys I want to watch because they prepare for it and they're really good at it and they can fucking like that would be so much fun.
It's a good challenge actually to do a speed run just exercise. Like you have like a shit ton of noises in a thing that has a randomizer.
Yeah, right.
And you just every 5 minutes you have to make the sound as it comes up. But it's just for yourself. It's a practice thing.
That would be crazy. Oh, so try and recreate a random sound. Oh, that would be
interesting. And you do like
interesting.
10 in a row or something and you're just sitting there like, God, fucking make this fucking snare real quick.
Yeah.
If you did it a lot, you probably would get really good at fucking.
So I thought I would do better for that contest or like that part of the contest
really
than I did.
I think you did the best out of all of us.
Yeah, you did really good.
Fuck yeah.
Same.
Let's go.
I think you did the best.
Dude, it was so stressful. Like I was literally down there on my computer just like
when they hit yours,
do the thing.
I was like,
yeah, me too. I was like, oh, he did.
That was amazing.
I thought it was pretty good too, right? Yeah.
Right.
And we got no points for it. I was a little bummed on that.
Yeah,
just one point I've been like, okay, cool.
I don't know how I won. I don't know how I got that point at all.
No, you guys were pretty close. Honestly.
I think his was better, but he psyched me out when he turned his in early. I was like,
oh yeah,
like 4 or 5 seconds of me just like,
you're like, oh fuck.
How?
What sound did you do?
Confident?
You had the little like pluck donk.
It was
thing?
basically a kick drum with like
distorted kick thing,
something after it, and I took it more of like a synth sound. So I was like trying to figure out what the pitch envelope was.
I know,
and then went from there. But then once he said it was a kick, I was like, I could have made that instantly. Fuck, if I had known it was a kick or thought about that, it would have been so much better. But it didn't really matter.
The past like 2 years or whatever, maybe a little more, a little less. A lot of guys on Twitch will do like the 30-minute challenges or the 1 hour challenge. Like Whittler will do that a lot, Brightside Movement, a bunch of other guys. And I do those like all the time. So I was like, okay, a 5-minute thing, like I'm kind of at least in the headspace. I can maybe do it. But dude, like the difference 5 minutes to 30 minutes is absurd.
Well, let alone
like I was working so fast. I'm sure we all were just
that is kind of crazy that 30-minute breaking it into 30 minutes. But like in 30 minutes, you're going to quickly grab a preset for whatever bass sound. You're going to quickly grab drum loops, set them out.
If you're smart about it, yeah.
Like 30 minutes is 5 minutes is one sound.
One sound.
Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
You can't fucking. in 30 minutes make a whole lot of like detailed shit.
Yeah.
No, but you can maximize, with like loops and other things.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just grab
you could
random ass shit.
You could be one of those guys who prepares and has a bunch of shit that he's already made.
Right? Totally.
Depending on how seriously you want to take your Twitch beat battle.
Me.
Yeah, I don't take it that
like
seriously.
all of us.
Yeah.
It is so funny though, because I remember when I first started doing those, I would do like a 1 hour challenge, and I was like, I have to make a song in an hour? Like, this is fucking insane. Yeah. And then now it's like, I've been doing like 20-minute and 30-minute challenges, and it's like, oh, an hour is like luxury. That's like, you can breathe.
Yeah.
I remember being so stressed though.
I'd like to try it.
It is fun.
We'll see if I get motivated that much.
Yeah. The best way to get motivated is do it for like the Whittler streams, because those ones are fun. And it's the Whittler. Or Brightside Movement. He does like the 30-minute or hour challenges a lot.
Yeah, I have no problem doing it for like a purpose, like a Whittler stream, like I did one for the Whittler
rather
stream
than just
before.
Practice.
Yeah, rather than just like on my. I'm like, no, I want to just like connect with the views and make a beat. Like I don't want to just.
I know.
Like it's all practice anyways. Why am I just practicing a thing that I'm not going to actually do? I don't know. It's weird. It's strange. I get the muscle to have. I get the argument, but I also am like, I'd rather just like sit here and wherever I get lost in the woods, let me get lost. Let me get lost. Because it always ends up good.
Yeah, I think maybe there's like a nice thing where it gives you a little less attachment to what is already going on.
Sure.
Because you're just doing another thing all the time. Which I think is
that makes me sad.
Super fucking helpful with making music, because you can kind of like, it's hard to get unstuck from a thing that you've already created that's like gripping, all the like vibes match, but it's not working quite right. It's hard to like undo that and like rehash.
Yeah, it's quite a step.
The space. But you have a fucking palette there. Like, why wouldn't you fucking go and like completely make it a different thing?
Yeah. Something that is kind of nice that I was doing like the weeks following up the contest, because I still had it in my mind that we would all be doing separate tracks or whatever. So I was doing a bunch of like 30-minute challenges. And it is so nice to like not take it that seriously and just sketch an idea and then move on. And then you go back and then you have like 5 or 3 songs and you're like, oh, here's like ideas. This one's definitely the best though. This has potential. I'm going to actually like work on this and flesh it out. Like it's a fun way to approach it, because I usually just start the project and then pour 12 hours into it and just force things to be good until it is good.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But it is kind of nice to just sketch and be like, oh, that's a cool little doodle right there. Let's
that
bring
is what
to
I
life.
do. But I don't do it in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I just stretch that. What your process there? Stretch the fuck out, because I want to grind on the sounds. Like I want to like really like fuck shit up.
I want to go past surface level. Like I feel like when you just do a 30-minute beat or whatever,
all
like
surface level.
Yeah, it's all just you're just raking the leaves, where I could do the same 30 minutes straight into the ground with like one sound and have just this crazy thing and then be like, oh, now let me build something around this.
But that's kind of the cool part about the 30 minutes is you're not really focusing on tone. You're not getting like lost and this needs to be the best sound ever. Like it's purely just songwriting and you get a general tone. And yeah, I don't know. You're just focusing on the rhythm and the songwriting, because you can always change the tone later.
Right.
Whereas like if you're a John, you can spend 6 hours making your one bass sound before you start the song.
Yeah, he's an extreme on the other end for sure.
Which I mean I definitely do that too. On like a random Saturday, I just like dick around on this one sound forever.
Which is good though, because like that, I mean, it's like exploring a cave. Like every time you explore a new form or avenue of synthesis, it's almost like mapping out this new cave you haven't been down before, and you're like, okay, here's all the different angles you can go with FMing these 2 waveforms or whatever and fucking it up with these certain distortions. And then you're like, okay, Nice. It came up with a couple good things. I made a mud pie, and now I just have the knowledge of what those avenues are. So in a pinch, when I need a sound that sounds like this certain tone, I know this gets me close, or what have you.
Right.
So
right.
that kind of shit, I don't mind because it's all still quality work.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion. And I will say on the fact of like the benefit of 30-minute beats kind of thing, I have been doing something in the spirit of, I guess, with me and Dave, now that we're trying to like really throw Bitwig projects
At
back
each other,
forth.
hucking them at each other's heads.
Is like the other morning I made 2 liquid drum beats and 1 halftime like drum beat, and it's just drums. It's and there's like nothing, like a couple of them are clipped or EQ'd, I think maybe, but like nothing crazy at
Very
at,
chill.
at all.
Very chill.
Just like here's just an idea or a vibe, run.
Yep.
Pretty chill, dude.
Yep.
Pretty
and
chill.
then I grabbed it and just fucking started doing fucking shit with it. And then I throw him some of my things that I've been like trying to make or whatever, but are just like very simple little stupid loops. And
But it almost gives more value to like a little sketch when you send it to somebody else.
Sure.
Because that person doesn't know you just kind of like didn't care. They're like, oh, this has a soul. I have to fucking, I know some things. And then you work on it, and then you send it back, and the other person doesn't know what soul you had for it, and now they're like, oh, this speaks to me differently.
It's such
great.
a fun thing because you're just like, wow, that's the thing you did with that. Okay. And also, we have a policy when it comes to collabing, which is complete anarchy.
Yep.
Oh,
It does not matter what you fucking do. You can do anything
Delete it
you
all.
fucking want.
destroy, build,
It could
destroy.
come back to me
Yeah.
a totally like I could send it to him liquid drum and bass, and it could come back like dubstep, and I'd be like,
And you're like, okay,
Cool.
Now
this
it's
is where
dubstep.
it went.
Let's go.
cool.
Yeah.
I still have the liquid version,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
maybe
also
we'll try
save
again.
multiple things.
Yeah,
Then
it
you
doesn't
can just
matter.
make multiple songs if you
Right.
if the content's that good. Fucking let's go.
Shout out
You're
Full
killing
Metal. You do need to write more, dude.
Full Metal, what's up, buddy?
Right, dog.
One thing that was actually a lot of fun that I want to try, and it's kind of in the concept of like the 30-minute challenge or the 5-minute challenge. There was one time we all did what was that?
Oh shit!
Holy shit, stop the clock.
Was that 5 gifted? Oh, from
Grammy
Mouse
It's a
showing
5
up.
Gifted.
Shout out Grammy Mouse.
Y'all better say
Happy
thank
Tuesday. Yeah,
This-
everybody go thank Grammy Mouse.
Scary.
you. No, I don't know who it is.
Oh, that's
Is
my
that your
grandma.
grandma?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, grandma.
Oh, it's your grandma.
Shout out Grandma.
We love you.
Let's go, grandma.
Grammy Mouse.
Also, Creasy says he wants to take some lessons from the boys.
Whew.
Come on over whenever, dude. We're just
We
hanging
charge $300 an hour.
out. 400.
$400 an hour, I mean. But for you, we'll give it for free.
40.
Wait, she's paying forward the gift they got from.
Koze Tanaka to the community.
Oh, so she
How
got
does
one from
that
Gary?
work?
Yeah, she got a sub from Gary at some point, and now
Aw.
she's gifting 5.
That's so nice of you. Shout out Grammy
That's
Mouse.
just all that means.
Oh, it's just
Love
it's
you.
like when the person in front of you at Starbucks buys your
Right.
coffee, and then you're like,
Right?
I'll buy the next person's.
as
coffee.
long as it's the same price as the one I just bought. Ah, shit.
Yeah. So,
True,
but
though.
a fun challenge, I think, or just like a exercise or a muscle to flex would be. There was one time when we were all doing a hot seat in my studio, and we were all just making a bunch of sounds and whatever. And then you guys went to bed, but AC and I wanted to keep like dicking around with it. Or I guess it was your studio at the time when you were down there.
Oh, okay.
Not important,
Fair.
but
It's
and we
very
were like,
important.
okay, well, we can't do the songwriting because you want to do the songwriting. So we were like, let's just make a bunch of riffs with the sounds, and then he has like riffs to play with in the morning if he likes any. And that was kind of fun to just be like, give yourself 2 bars and just write a bunch of
Oh,
different
yeah.
patterns.
That's kind of
and
how
shit.
I
That was
work
sick.
a lot of times.
That is how
That's-
I work,
That's
too.
how I work. There was a documentary I watched on Metallica,
Oh.
and the lead guy said they would all just kind of like go into different rooms, and this might be slightly fucked, but they would like go and just write a bunch of riffs and then just sit there and start putting riffs together one after the other and figure out like which ones like flowed well.
What?
And if you listen to their songs, it is just like riff.
Yeah.
Then riff. Then riff.
Yeah.
Then riff. Then this riff that's a little more like, yeah, okay, this one chugs. And then like back to this riff. And it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of riffs.
Pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's just
a
a
sick way to
mind
do it.
meld.
It's a mind meld,
if you
yeah.
will.
Right.
Let's
right.
go.
And yeah, if you can just fucking share riffs around.
Yeah, I'm loving just jumping into a random project that you threw up on the P Cloud and then just like trying to fuck it up. And it's like a challenge, but also it's nice to have like these new elements that I wouldn't do.
Right.
Or it like sounds a way that is coming from you, which is fun.
Right.
I get like your palette
Ditto.
coming back at me, which is an interesting thing because I'm just listening to my own fucking speakers all the time.
Ditto.
I literally feel like I need like new speakers, maybe fucking take a couple panels out, put a fucking overhead panel in there. Fucking.
I feel like you need more new speakers before anyone else does.
Oh
in the
god,
house.
I do need new speakers.
I'm right after you, like less than a year after.
I'm feeling like getting some 6-inch.
I mean, I would get
speaks with
I'm thinking the Focals.
Focal 6 or whatever it is.
Right.
It might be 7, I think.
You get 6s and
There's probably a couple of different ones, but I definitely would want a sub. And then
6s
try out
with the
something.
sub would be
Focals
fun.
would be nice. But yeah, a new environment would feel good right now because I just feel a little sterile in there. I'm making it sound as good as I can for the environment, and I think the environment is like
one thing you could do.
Something I've been hearing for a long time,
which
so
you guys might take advantage of this too. Is you could always just swap what side of the room you're
true. I could
producing towards.
Yeah, I could switch up the fucking arrangement.
You and me you could take my bedroom, although it's smaller than your studio is now.
Yeah.
It's a wild. That's a wild trade right there.
Yeah,
I know it's a wild trade.
The bathroom,
basically
a bathroom trade.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've had your bathroom this whole time.
It is a bathroom trade. But yeah, changing it up is huge. It helped me a lot going from the basement, just in terms of writing style, because like when I'm in a basement in darkness all the time,
you want to make dungeon fucking
and almost like now I kind of regret it. Like maybe I'd be making better
because now you're making halftime shit.
If I was in the basement, but having a window, like I haven't had a window right next to my face in like 4 years, so it's pretty fucking great.
Hey, maybe we'll start making some happier, upbeat music.
I mean, the chords
feel the sunshine on your face.
The chords are already starting to get injected back in. Like it's already starting to get better.
It's more musical now.
Yeah,
right,
I am definitely getting more musical than
for sure.
I have in the last like 6 years.
Same. I'm trying to get myself back in there. People have like emotions and shit.
I know,
and
I've suppressed them.
They
for
fucking
so long.
love them. They're like love having their emotions.
What is that?
And like they're listening to like a song and they're like, oh,
that's the best shit. And, music that can do that to you, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I would like them to like my music.
Yeah,
those
I
people
agree.
that react that way,
right? I have to have a specific emotion, like I don't
Austin.
Like Austin. I saw this guy on the highway today.
You want the me's in your little net.
I needed to tickle a weird spot in me. That's what I need from music all the time. I need it to just be like, it needs to like.
What weird spot is it tickling, Dave?
It's emotional for sure. It's emotional for sure, but like there's so much fucking analytical bullshit to get through to get to the emotion.
Yeah, it's got to be real good.
That it's fucking it's really hard.
Yeah,
it's annoying for me.
Exactly.
Everybody, I know that I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I know I'm a pretentious prick for this.
Like open your
but
heart
like
up.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna think the lighting is ass when I go to the concert. You know.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
The standards are.
Great.
Pretty high up there.
It's annoying for me. So
yeah, One, I saw this guy on the highway today who had a bumper sticker. He had a bunch of bumper stickers. One of them said, "I'm always in my feels," and I wanted to disagree with him fully.
You wanted to just puke in your car at the
No,
moment.
not necessarily that, but just like, how are you all like? How do you
exist that way?
How do you get anything done if you're always in your feels? Like what? How do you not just like are constantly breaking down? Like what happens if you get a flat tire right now
Oh, my feels.
on the highway? Like you just gonna cry? You just gonna break down and just like I don't understand. Like maybe I've just been groomed in such a way to like suppress these kind of things. But normally music's the one thing that can like shatter that pretty easily. For example, like a Disney movie, like the composers of Disney movies are wizards.
Oh, that's
Oh, they're definitely gay.
gay wizard.
They're definitely gay,
they're
but
gay.
they are like magi.
Yeah.
Like one string note will play, and you're like, why am I about to cry?
Right.
Why am I about like nothing else is happening, but just like two notes harmonized, and you're like, oh fuck, oh it's in the gut, and so like that can definitely hit hard because it's that's
What
just
if all the
science.
balloons pop?
That's just science, dude. But the only other thing that can really get me off is like it has to be like inspiration. It can't be like happy. It can't be like sad. Sad music's the worst. I fucking hate it.
Worse than happy music?
Yes.
Wow.
Sad music because I grew up.
Agreed.
I went through my teen angst in the time of emo. So I went through just
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Angst and sad are kind of different.
No, I'm just describing to you
Okay.
angst as in the emotional uproar of youth. I went through that while everyone was emo around me. So everybody was just like, blacken my eyes and slit my wrists. I'm like, why? Calm down. You have to do homework? Oh, go fuck yourself. Like, whoop-de-doo. And so, like, I got super jaded to sadness.
OG mutilation trends.
Yeah, because everybody was like white living in suburbia and sad. And it's like,
So
this is great. What are you talking about?
that was the
We're
start.
not laughing at you. We
Right.
understand that it was hard.
I understand.
And
I had it. It was hard for me too. But like, I don't know. I was like, you can't just fucking bitch out.
I had friends like,
yeah, me too.
fuck that shit.
I had friends
that
die.
shit sucks.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
No, it's not good at all.
But also,
Right.
it's funny to talk
So-
about emo music and slitting your wrists.
I mean, in retrospect, it is.
Yeah.
No, but because of that, I feel like I'm jaded in a certain way to that type of music. Like anytime I hear even like a modern song that's like talking about like sad things, I'm like, fucking turn it off. Jesus Christ, I can't handle it. Like it just makes me
Yeah,
cringe.
the emo
makes me cringe.
ruined me for anything in that world.
Yeah.
It fucking, I just can't anymore.
When it comes to anything that's like inspiring, and the quickest example I can think of is like Dream Theater or like very proggy style ballad, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like if it's
the national anthem,
fuck yes, dude. I'll get emotional as fuck. I love that shit. If it makes you
to be an American.
hell yeah, dude. No, if it makes me want to fucking like jump out of an airplane, yes, dude. I'm so on
my
board.
country.
Yes, dude. Or for anything, for like my friends. Like I don't give a fuck what it's for. If it inspires me to like go fucking kick ass, I fucking love that vibe.
I love that
That's
vibe,
like
too.
the coolest vibe.
Same.
And what's
a good
cool
vibe.
about it is you can make it dark, you can make it bright, you can make it a little bit sad or melancholy, you can make it happy. Like it can kind of fall under any wing, but as long like you, but it's usually cool, at least to me. Like
Right.
I think it's usually like big and
and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
and I won't forget
Forget The man who died
made that right.
I don't remember the lyrics.
Yeah, I can barely
Proudly
remember it.
stand.
I don't really know this song.
Dude, if
But it's the
Recon
quintessential
Gear
song.
did a remix of that,
Actually, that's
edit?
not bad. That's not bad.
That's a good idea.
That's not bad at all.
proudly. That's insane.
Male chamber choir and an old dude with an alto saxophone filling a cathedral. Meatbag.
I like
Couldn't
these
agree more.
ideas. I love these ideas.
I'm sorry to all the emo people out there, but I can't handle it, guys. But you should remember to resist drugs and violence.
Dare.
Drugs and violence.
It's real, dude. It's real. Like,
Jesus.
if you want sadness, go,
When it comes to your dick hole, I agree.
You want sadness?
No drugs, no violence.
None. None.
None.
Maybe a little bit of violence.
What is
Whoa.
what is boofing from the front like that? Is there a word for that?
Whoa.
Violent.
Boofing in the fupa?
Urinal. Fucking. Urinary.
Folks,
something.
we'll be right back after this short break.
It's a music podcast.
Folks, we're back. Thanks for tuning in.
We had a talk with our hosts.
Not only that,
They're going
but
to tone it down a little.
the channel, like the broadcast headquarters came down and kind of gave us a little talk. So, yeah.
Apparently, they're not into urinary tract.
And we'll be
drug
right back,
insertion.
ladies and gentlemen. God damn it. And we're back, folks. We had another chat with symmetrical docking is what that's called.
Symmetrical docking.
Pooping back and forth forever.
Jesus.
So, folks,
Symmetrical docking. Can to can? Are we talking about can to can right
can
now?
to can, dude.
We have a good chat.
Firebox to firebox?
Jesus.
So back on music production. Bottom end.
Oh.
Speaking of fireboxes.
Uh,
Yeah, dude.
sub
What do you
drops?
want to talk about bottom end? I'm feeling a little insecure when it comes to my bottom end right now after that
So I'll tell you
A
my
couple of
thoughts.
squats. You'll get there.
situation.
That's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Very
worried
good
about
advice.
that bottom end.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We out here, so it's fine.
So bottom end. It's hard. Creed just says music. I hardly knew her. Oh shit!
Is that another one?
AJ Skater
The bro,
4 with
Oh, the bro,
what's
bro.
up?
What's up, AJ Skater? Dude, my family is
Sorry.
showing up today, throwing money at people.
The
Let's
Andersons.
go.
The Andersons out here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's your grandma's maiden name?
Mathis.
The Mathises. Mathisi. The Mathisi out
Mathisi.
here.
Mathis.
Um,
The Mathis.
Shout out AJ Skater.
Apostrophe.
Love you, buddy.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I learned oh, no, go ahead. Unless I learned a cool low end trick.
Oh, we're talking about
That's
bottom
so
end right
simple.
now?
Yeah, bottom
Okay.
end.
All right, go for it.
I guess I don't need to pull it up. And it's so simple. So I know this is gonna come as a shock, but I really like sub drops. It's a thing. And I've been playing with doing really, really short ones, like one beat, maybe two during the drop.
A kick drum?
Basically it's borderline a kick drum. Yeah. Yeah. They're short. And you do it on the downbeat, but the cool part, instead of just doing the classic ramp down, like really soft kind of thing,
Okay.
you do an S curve.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Exactly. Boom. And you do it fast enough, you get this like weird rhythm with it.
Right. It's changing like on the dotted or on the half note.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, and it sounds so fucking sick. And it just adds a little thing like when you have so much like E0 sub, D sharp sub in your song. The second like a downbeat has a note a little bit higher up, it kind of just creates this weird contrast, but then falls back down. It almost hits more than the super deep sub. It has like more impact, which is why like people do the pitch on 808s and subs anyway. But something about the S curve, it just like holds for a sec,
right,
and then pumps back down. It's the best.
I'll have to try that. That's interesting.
I've been doing it, and I'm just spamming it in every song lately.
Shit. I want to hear an example after this.
ATAC, export a song real quick. Yeah, no, I can show you after the pod.
Yeah, we can do it after the pod.
Meatbag just randomly spammed some vocal technique.
I saw that. We weren't talking about vocal techniques, Meatbag.
Which I appreciate. It sounds like
I do
fun.
too.
Let me read it and
Please
then
read it.
It's going to be a really slow read. I'm a bad reader.
Hey, you're fine.
But I will read it and then I'm going to express what I think it means.
Okay.
And then we can discuss further.
All right.
Okay. Record vocals super wet and big and wide as fuck into a single stereo file. Then using any binaural panner, reduce to 50 or 25% stereo image. Then send to new vocal effects send. Perfect vocals every fucking time. No compression. Compress to taste for musicality. Okay.
Let's go, Meatbag, dropping the
I think
knowledge
what
bombs.
this means. Here's what it means in my brain. You do vocals, and you have your channel, and you have all sorts of effects on them to make them really big and wide, and then you print that shit, and then you squeeze it with like a width tool, and then you use that as like a bed for the vocal to go on. He says correct.
Correct. That's a good move. That's a good move.
Can you explain that again?
So you're basically like you're printing your reverb.
Like
you make a really
100%.
big.
I missed that.
You
Okay,
make a really
somehow.
big reverby delayed version of the vocal, and then you print it, and then you sit it next to the vocal.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you squeeze it a little bit, which correct Meatbag. The fucking when you squeeze a really like reverb and delay and shit kind of mimics compression in a way that it like feels far away. But then you squeeze it, it's going to feel further away because further away things are more
Compressed.
mono.
Yeah,
They're more
center.
mono because they're coming from a really specific direction if they're far away.
He says, "Don't forget to adjust for volume loss."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I always put everything into a clipper before I adjust my volume.
Honestly, guys, just flatten your reverb
zero.
throws and delay throws constantly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the best fucking thing in the
I
world.
mean, flatten everything.
Also
It's-
compress the shit out of them.
Also compress them. Yep. Maybe a little OTT.
And
Spark
saturate
them
'em.
up a bit. It breaks the rules
Saturate
of
as well.
sound
Saturate 'em.
passing through
EQ.
space, but yeah, saturate it.
He says, "Hell yeah, brother."
Yeah, you do all the effects on all the things, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Any kind of tool, you just do it to everything.
Yeah.
Guys, you want the secret to
kinda-
music production? Do everything all the time,
Do-
everywhere, all
use
at once.
every tool on every sound.
Yep.
One thing
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of fun with. So when you do this technique and you have like a parallel chain that you flatten with your 100% reverb, you have your fun little tail. What I like to do is that one will hit and then slowly like pan to the right, let's say, and you duplicate the channel and reverse the sound, and then have that reversed one come in from the left back to center, and then you create like a cool like around the world swoop effect.
It's pretty fun.
It's fucking sick.
Pretty fun
It
idea.
sounds
I
so
love
sick.
that. When you started this, I was like, boring. And
Yeah.
then you got to the end part, I was like, God damn it.
Fun as
Brought it
fuck.
home.
He fucking hit me with it. I think you could probably make it very, very simple by doing like a left-right swap group, like parallel channels in a way
You could do that.
to where it like just kind of does it in the same way. If you want to do it in a different way, then it's a little different. But
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
I commonly will have like I'll use this a lot if I'm using like a sample that has a bias toward one side, and I don't want to just choose one channel or the other. I like the way it sits anyway. So I'll do a grouped duplicate that is the opposite panning, and then I'll fuck that shit up a whole bunch, and then kind of bury it. So it just gives like the opposite, whatever.
The balance. So you layer that with it, or you play it at
like
a
a
different
parallel
time?
channel.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like just a parallel group, flip the left and the right, and then do shit to that. Like reverb, for instance, is a really nice thing to do to that, or short delay, or like distortion and compression and shit, and then just make it pretty quiet, but like supporting the original sound. So it kind of. After thinking about that phase thing you were talking about with Finster's masterclass, I was thinking maybe, as I was just talking just now, maybe phase flip as well. I don't know if that makes. Maybe you just try it or something.
Right. It's worth
I don't know
a try
if that makes
always.
sense. But yeah, I don't know if like that trick specifically is going to just fuck everybody's mixes. For me, it doesn't seem to fuck my shit. But maybe I am just phasing the shit out of all my stuff. It's going to be a really fucking hazy phasing.
If the
because
volume
of all the
is,
reverb and distortion and shit will fuck it up
if
enough
the
to be quite a bit
volume
different.
If it's low enough volume and the main sound is still has precedent over the other, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Like as long as your ear
I mean,
isn't having a hard
oftentimes
time.
these things are like followed by a saturator, and I do need to fucking drive it after. So I probably am phasing shit out, but I don't mind phasing.
It's okay.
I'm
if
okay
it's
with
to a certain extent.
fucking shit up.
Right. It's really dependent on when you're trying to lead the listener through a song.
Right.
Like really pointing out certain elements because listeners are retarded and have to be led through a song. Excuse the hard R.
Hard R.
But sometimes it's warranted. Excuse the hard W on that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Unwarranted.
What's up?
RW unwarranted. That is pretty fucking tough of you, dude.
I know. I didn't
pretty
expect
hard for saying the fucking hard W.
Live on air?
Warranted. Yeah. It's pretty rough.
It's so hard.
Listen, let's not say it. Hey, whoa. That's some people are sensitive to that hard R or hard W on the warranted.
I'm sorry. I fucking grew up on a farm.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Nah, I understand.
I use a hard W.
Hard
You know
W.
what
Nah.
I'm saying?
That farm
Fucking-
life.
Boy, let me tell you what. I want to get back to the bottom end. The bottom end is what we were talking about at the beginning of this little wee segment we got here going.
Please go back to the bottom end.
Yeah, I will.
I'm a big fan. Yeah,
I am too. Now, what we need to understand is, Meatbag's got a good point
Meatbags?
that it's
Okay.
essentially a defacing tool, and not really. Now, I'm confused what you're saying there, Meatbag, because you just kind of took back, but sort of.
use tool.
Oh,
all right.
Meatbag.
Okay.
Extreme to
All right.
control height and spatial depth. It's just like LFO for volume or panning. But stacked, you can create throws.
Folks listening on YouTube, I'm
I would
sorry,
need
you
a
don't
little
have
bit more.
chat
That's
on
sick.
the screen.
It almost sounds like the one that
But not sorry. Fucking hate the chat on the screen.
Yeah,
Orbit.
I hate it too.
Is it similar to Orbit?
Listen,
Old farmer.
Back to low end.
Yeah, all right. What's the low end thing?
kind of to what I'll kind of describe what Finster was saying.
Okay.
I don't know why I've kind of gone into
Mr.
almost
Finster.
a Southern tycoon type of character.
Yeah. It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It was a little
A little sketchy.
KFC of me.
It's
What?
it's oddly that accent is oddly it's either a slave owner or it's a gay person.
Right.
which is weird, like
It could be both.
symbiotic. Yeah, well, it could be a glitch.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's 2024. You can have gay slave owners, obviously.
That's true. Hey, Crazy, he called it. Crazy called it. Hey, he knew.
Jesus Christ. All right, we're getting canceled for sure.
I know.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see clips pop up in like 5 years. Moments like this where like we said that. What? Oh well.
Listen.
We said nothing untrue or wrong.
And I said one hard R, and I said a couple hard W's.
We did say a couple
Hard W.
W's.
It's fine.
I'd say it's warranted.
Whoa! All right.
Low end.
Low end. So I'll just reiterate kind of what Tom was talking about, which, folks, let me recall this website here real quick. Tom Finster, the guy who we were just at war with, he just did a masterclass on soundteams.com. We'll give him a quick shout out for his masterclass real quick here.
Wow.
Where's my mouse? There it is.
Go Fiendsta. Oh, it wasn't both of them. It was just Tom.
Yeah, it's just Tom. So you can go here and sign up. It's $20 a month.
Sound Teams is trying to divide Dong Kong.
It's
so fucked
it's
up, dude.
fucked up, dude. So, that being said, one thing that he was talking about when it came to the phasing thing that we were just bringing up is when you make like a respace, as you know, it phases half of the time. It's phasing out. That's why you get the whoa. Yeah, right. So that is happening all the way up the spectrum, which contributes a large amount of mud in a lot of areas all the way up the spectrum. So he was mentioning to keep note of what your phase is doing on a lot of other instruments, not just your bottom end, because that can cause a lot of...
Oh, so how the mids of the Reese is going to play with the chords
not
or whatever?
just the Reese, but like how your chords are playing with the pad, because they're both playing on like one node together. So one of them needs to take precedent on that node. Otherwise, they're both going to sit there and phase. You EQ one out, or you make the pad... Right. It's just... What I've kind of gathered so far is more details.
You're talking about the phasing thing with high end works the same way that low end.
Yeah.
And
Just
we
specifically
understand
this.
it from the low end, obviously, because it's such
easier.
a focus.
Right.
But one thing you can do, Austin, which is like a really fucking like a basic level mixing trick that people do, especially with recorded music, is you do a phase flip. Whenever you bring a sound in, you're going to mix it. You flip the phase, and so you just do a couple flips and you see which one sounds better, and then use the one that sounds better. Basically,
Right.
is like the general technique, but
General technique.
But the point
I've never
is,
done that. That's crazy.
I don't do it really either. But I should do it more. I think utility in Ableton does it better than Bitwig's tool, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I'll give credit to Ableton on this
Also,
one.
real quick, Caleb, what is this Ableton
You just
skin?
click both of them.
What are you doing to my eyes?
You flip that.
Those are the phase for each, the left and the right.
Yes, you
Yeah.
flip them both.
You can also click the stereo button right under those two little yellow guys and hit swap.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's swapping the
different?
left.
Yes.
Swapping the left and the right.
Yes.
It's not swapping the phase.
The waveform.
of the left and the right.
The waveform starts by going up, or the waveform starts by going
see.
down.
Okay, I see.
Flipped.
And if we go to this far superior program,
Butt wig.
I actually think it's the same.
yeah, it's fine.
It's just
fine.
I'm confused by it. For some reason, my brain just doesn't want to understand it.
Are we going to tool or are we going to
Tool.
why?
Oh,
I
interesting.
don't know, bro.
Phase flip your kicks and
Yeah, it's the same.
basses
It's
all
exactly the same, to be honest. So I scratched what I said.
Oh, okay.
You just do
Bitwig's
those.
still better.
You just click those.
Yeah, it's the same
This
thing.
this swap.
Oh, the
LR,
swap left right is new.
That's the same thing
So that-
as what
I
we
feel
did.
like that's new.
The swap
That's
right there.
the same as this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like
I wanted that so bad. That is what I liked better about Ableton's. But why did... I wonder if mine is different. I don't feel like I have seen it.
Maybe you just got to update
look for it all the time. I updated recently.
Yeah.
I'm all the way updated. I'll go check it out. I'll go check it out. I am.
Oh. So I have a random question.
I mean, I'm not
we're not
updated
going
to
deeper
early
on
access shit
low end.
over here.
Let me finish one thing, and then we'll go to your question, and then we'll finish up here. You said you don't like this Ableton?
Light skin? Hell no.
So you like this better?
Well, no. I mean, you just changed the
If
skin.
you had to choose, would you do this or this?
Bitwig for sure. If I would literally change DAWs if Ableton didn't have a dark skin. I would be so out of there.
Damn.
Can't stare at that all
day. It doesn't
day.
have a true dark skin, dude.
I hate light skins.
Bitwig starts like this.
I hate the light skin.
I understand.
Don't clip that.
I like to do the light skin just for fun. Meatbag Collector out here giving us an essay. I can show you a song right now I've been working on. No sidechain, no complex processing, not even slammed, just solid sounds and paced accordingly. Well, like we've said, your number one tool towards a good mix or against tyranny, if
Your
you will,
ears.
is arrangement.
Same thing.
If you can just get the kick and the bass to never exist at the same moment, then it's gonna be
It's the same
super
thing.
easy to mix.
It's just the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that goes with every sound in your mix. If you can have one thing playing at a time, there's not much mixing you have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Volume.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, sidechain, compressors, saturation, all very fun things to use to make your shit sound sick.
Very fun.
Actually, this track they are on top of one another. I don't know if we have to yell, but also Crazy McCree said
On top. That's an interesting
it.
word.
which I agree.
Go for it.
What's your question?
Is that it?
So my question.
Oh shit, he's
All
getting
right.
prepared.
EOS a while ago. So this little width knob on your utility, Ableton has one as well, and he said you could go up to 200% without it like phasing out all fucked up. And the width knob goes up to 400% on Ableton and just like full stereo, you know? Do you guys ever actually boost stuff with that knob? Or
No.
like, is that a thing you should ever want to do?
I don't.
I never have either. I've
I
always been
I
scared.
usually use it to make it more mono.
More mono, right?
yeah,
You never
same.
like boost.
Yeah, I never.
Always
yeah.
cut. Interesting.
I've
I
never.
might do it every once in a while. I'll push sides up before I do that.
I'm assuming here. Let me switch back to this view for the folks at home. Instead of increasing this width knob here up to 200%, here in Bitwig we have mid side split, and I can just increase the sides coming out. And I think that might be kind of what this is doing. It's increasing the sides while decreasing the mids.
Yeah.
in
I
like
think it's a little bit
ratio,
different.
but it might be a little different. I don't know what it is, but I don't
Ableton-
like this. I don't like increasing the width on a U.
It's weird, right?
In
utility.
Ableton, you can right click the utility,
The width
and then
knob,
you
yep.
have that mid side option.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do exactly what that kind of mid side splitter is doing, except
Right.
for you can't then put effects on the sides or the mids
Right.
specifically.
Right.
You have to make your own
You'd
like-
parallel.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
for in
make a
Bitwig,
thing.
you can just
That
right,
is
exactly.
fucking
This is how you
sick.
do it in Ableton. You do this. You pull one, that's the mids. You pull the other one the other way. Oh, now we got the sides. All right,
Yeah.
we made our thing.
In Bitwig, you just put this on
Ableton.
here.
Yeah.
Add things.
Yep. You just
Oh,
put
that's
things on them.
so sick.
Add
Fuck.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Ableton is definitely falling behind.
In some ways, but they're clinical in a couple ways
Doing
that they're
a good
very
job.
clinical in,
Mm.
which is fair. But
That's very fair.
Bitwig's just so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't realize that Tom Finster worked in FL Studio for like 10 years.
What?
And then he went straight to Bitwig.
Oh, okay.
He's
He just
he's
skipped
never
Ableton.
really been, yeah. I was like,
Wow.
oh. Big ups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also probably a good guy for us to talk to.
So you got anything left for the pod here?
No, just these boys.
Or just these?
Did
just
you
right
write
here?
them down?
Okay. We got a question.
He said no.
He said no, but
Well, I
this.
well, I thought you meant like actual like topics, not
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Not yet.
end
no,
of
no.
round.
No, I
whatever.
meant end of round.
Oh yeah. Well then, yes. I have one question.
End of round.
We got a question in on X,
Always 400.
Shout out X,
folks, which
our
if
sponsor.
Oh, damn.
which we don't normally accept questions from X because we're not
Cringe.
Twitter folks.
Ew.
But if you do have questions, guys, you can send them to always400official@gmail.com.
Also, that fucking communist
Or post 'em
running
in
that
chat.
shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. With
Also-
his free speech bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right. Moving on here. Free speech. Question from Doing Conga. Doing Conga.
Doink Kong.
Figure that one out.
30-minute beat challenge. Are they overrated or underrated? We were kind of chatting this up on the pod earlier today. It makes
Good
sense why he
question.
was
Doing
bringing it
Conga.
up.
Yeah, he was listening.
He was
Doing
listening.
Conga. Shout out.
Probably sitting in traffic in
I'll
LA or
go,
something.
I'll go underrated.
Wow.
Okay.
Didn't expect that. Kleb.
Okay.
Nobody's doing that shit.
I'll say overrated for sake of opinion.
Got to be the black sheep, huh?
Yeah. Don't make it a challenge. But I'll just say that for sake's case.
I always go
What's your
back and
opinion?
forth. I'm gonna go underrated. At the end of the day, I don't think speed really matters, but it's nice to be efficient when you make music. You know,
Right. No, for sure. And I hear a lot of people talk about that. Like, you got to be efficient. You got to use your time, make a beat real quick. And it's like,
yeah,
I agree. And I'm also like, why?
yeah.
The making of the beat is the most fun part for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I get the most joy. Why would I want to make that the quickest part?
Mm-hmm. And like, if you make one song and it happens to pop off, gets like millions upon millions of streams.
And you spent
Let's say,
10
like-
minutes on it? How good does that feel?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Does
that's
it feel
not
that
quite
good?
where I was going, but yeah.
Or does it feel as good as the one that you spent fucking 20 hours on?
I always think about it as like if you do happen to be lucky enough to get a song that gets to like
toss-up.
100 million, that's money coming to you for a while. Like, then you there. What is the rush?
$1 million what?
Well, that
Like
too.
100 million streams. If you happen to be one of those people who just gets like insane numbers, like you're set. Like, take your time. Like, what's the rush?
Well, then, yeah. Then you have an opportunity to like really dig in as an artist.
Yeah. Right.
Right, that's a different
We
opportunity.
We do that anyway. We act like we already made all the money and we're just making music for
I
the sake of
know,
the
we
love of
really
it.
I think that's the way to
That
do it.
is how we think of it.
Yeah.
That's
Fully how we think of it.
That's how we manifest that reality.
It is the reason why we don't have fucking immaculate social media shit and like we
million
don't fucking
releases.
release shit all the time and like have fucking like
Yep.
pictures of our faces all over the place. Although, I mean,
though-
we are talking on the podcast right now. It's like on every single
That's true. That's true.
post, but yeah, we're
Different.
just trying to make the coolest shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't seem to have gotten us super far in the
Yet.
musical side of things just yet. But
The slow burn method.
we believe
This is what we're planning
we believe
for.
in this. Like you can doubt all you want, and you could
Yeah,
be right.
meatbag.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Doubt
They
all
could be
you
right.
want.
I
They
mean,
could be right.
the way I see it is
Just kidding, meatbag.
it's a classic Alan Watts trope.
Legend.
Yeah, absolute legend. But don't people stop
A-Dub?
putting him in songs.
Cloud out Alan Watts.
Cloud out. Stop putting him in songs.
I remember that.
We've heard every quote. We can put him in songs in like 20 years from now.
Yeah, we'll bring him back.
We're good for a little while.
Yeah.
So the classic quote goes something like, "People thought that you were supposed to live your life like there's some great reward at the end, like retirement or going to heaven, but in reality, the point was just to sing and dance the whole time." And it's
100%.
like,
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, the process is the fun part.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm sucked into a conference call with the Muse for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there working on a synth patch or like a drum beat. And then I come out of it and I'm like, oh, I should eat. You know, like that's the best. That shit's so good. I feel so good. I'm so amped up.
That's
I
similar to
fucking love
the one he talks about with like if you could dream any world, you would dream like, oh, I get millions of dollars. I get the hottest girls around me all the time, or guys. You get like everything you want for 1 billion years. And then like eventually you're like, okay, well, I did that. Like, let me give myself some challenges and limitations. And like, let's try and be poor for a little bit in this dream, or let's try and like suck at something, or like whatever limitations. And eventually he's like, oh, eventually you just dream where you are now.
Right.
You would want to be right here. Right now.
So when you go to reach for your favorite Alan Watts audio clips in the future, just remember this, and then just clip this. Use that. There's people are all heartfelt and shit, you know.
Yeah,
but
we're philosophers.
In all reality, we are Alan Watts.
We are Alan Watts.
We are Alan Watts incarnate.
Alan 400.
Hey, we're all the same. We're all together, a fucking mesh of soup, cosmetic soup.
That's hot.
We are also the...
We're all
soup with
fucking
you,
all
Dave.
the time. We're all fucking all the time, basically.
Spreading our soup. Yes, this is how you end it.
Thanks, guys. Follow us on YouTube and Twitch. We love you guys. Hit the sub button, all those things.
Can we end it like this every time?
No.